don't know if you guys knew how nervous I am here. All right, the Western Art Museum in I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. We're working so hard here, and the monitor went off next to Eduardo, who we've been talking with a little bit from the Wickenburg Museum.
Yeah.
And so, but Brian's fixing that right now. So, can we get it? Because we want to make sure you look good. Okay, we'll try. And I'm going to do the opening over after we do this. We get it? Do we need to turn it on? I don't know. Let's see what's going on. You know what? We're just going to keep them working because this is what happens. Does it happen at the museum like this at times too?
No, but you know what? Live TV, so it's fine. It's the way it happens, so it's okay. We'll roll with it.
It is.
We're good.
This is really. I'm great that you're here. We've been having a group of people from Wickenburg come in and join us.
Yeah.
So it's on now, and so this is great that you're here because this is a great museum to go and check out. But I love what you do. Can I help you?
I'm trying to get by.
Here, go ahead.
I'm gonna go
There you go.
right
There you go. There you go. See how much fun we have here. Well, that's what I like about what's happening this weekend is that you guys are kind of like having a little fun with a little murder mystery on the founder of Wickenburg. Tell me about this.
So Henry Wickenburg discovered the Vulture mine outside of Wickenburg, and of course, over time, then the town of Wickenburg develops because the miners have they need somewhere to live. In 1905, his body was found with a bullet wound to his head. And there has always been a question as to what the cause of his death was. Was it death by his own hand? Was he murdered? Was he pushed to commit suicide as well? So there's always been that question that's been hovering about. And so we thought we'd get together on Friday and we'd take a look at the forensic evidence, talk to a Maricopa County coroner, talk to some attorneys as well. How would you interpret this evidence if you found it today? What might this say? And then we want to hear some of the theories about why people believe that he might have been killed.
Wow, what made you guys want to pick something like this to do?
Well, so my day jobs, I'm a professor of history at Arizona State University. So I teach history, and I'm fascinated by evidence and by the interpretation of evidence. And so this event will be an opportunity to really explore some scientific fact, if you will, some evidence, and then talk about how we interpret the evidence itself. So I don't know that we'll convince anyone as to the manner of his death, but it'll be a very interesting conversation, as I said, with coroners, with an attorney, but also with townsfolk who have kind of believed over time that he was murdered or at least pushed to commit his own suicide.
Yeah, and that's what makes Wickenburg so amazing are the stories that come out of there and the people that are there that have the history going on, which is kind of interesting. So I know you don't want to give anything away, but what's your theory since you've looked? Do you want to give a little bit away, or do you? Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I can tell you. So the nature of his body, he was found about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, on the afternoon of the 14th of May, 1905. He was about 100 yards away from anyone around, and he was discovered by local children. He was holding a pistol in his right hand, .32 caliber, burn marks in his forehead, but also on his fingers as well. To me, that's pretty clear that he was the one who pulled the trigger. Now, the question has always been, was he pushed to do it? Was it staged? I don't see any evidence that he was actually murdered. But then again, as I said, there have always been whispers in town that he was, in fact, murdered. And here's why. Let me tell you.
Okay, yes, I was going to ask some questions here. Are we allowed to ask questions?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go with your why and then I'll ask.
Okay, all right. So about 2 years before his death, he deeded all his property over to the woman who had been taking care of him.
Okay.
Now, he was in his 80s, 83 if I remember correctly, and he was in poor health, possibly suffering from dementia. We're not exactly sure. Record's a little sketchy, but he was in poor health. And so he deeded all his property over, and he had substantial holdings. This was a guy he founded Wickenburg, owned all the land, and so there's always been this kind of suspicion that this woman and her family had a vested interest in seeing him gone.
Yeah. Okay. Did she have a boyfriend?
She had a husband, yes.
She had a husband?
Yes. She was taking care of him.
Okay.
Okay, so.
And she had a husband?
She had a husband, yeah.
All right, and what was the relationship? Was her and her husband good relationship?
Yeah, it was good relationship,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, did he have any children?
They had children. Oh, no, Henry Wickenburg had no children. He was an immigrant from what was then Prussia, so Germany.
Okay.
Right, so he had no children here.
All right. Did he make anybody mad at the bar? Did he own the saloon?
You know, he was kind of a cantankerous soul. I'm not sure that anyone else would agree with me, but at least my read of things is that, you know, he had an edge to him. And the newspapers described him as being melancholy before his death.
Okay.
So there were some kind of emotional issues going on with him. And I think the suspicion is that this woman who received all his property, again, they were eager to see him gone.
Yes.
Because now they become king and queen of Wickenburg, basically.
Got it. So I'm going to say it is the butler in the closet with the gun.
We might discover that on Friday.
Tell people how they can find out and get a hold of you.
Okay, so if you go to westernmuseum.org, you'll find the information about our event on Friday. So it's going to be Friday at 10 o'clock at the Spurs Theater in Wickenburg, downtown Wickenburg.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having fun with us this morning, too.
Thank you,
And
sure,
Wickenburg, a great place to go to and enjoy getting out of the city and learning some history.